Hey there, this is Chris Elliott with another real estate quick tip. So this week, it's going to be another one for sellers. We're going to be talking about estimating budgeting for seller concessions, another topic that sellers love to talk about. And it's really fun information to deliver as a real estate agent. So what are we talking about? Seller concessions are two things that fall into one category. It's either money that's paid by a seller towards a buyer's closing cost, or money that is paid in lieu of doing repairs on a property once you get yourself into a contract. So those two things together, lumped together to form seller concessions. So, I put a post out on Facebook a little while ago as far as what is the most scary thing to you as a seller when you're going to sell a property or about real estate in general. And I would say the majority of people said getting a contract and then getting nickeled and dimed from there. So in Central Virginia, we have two negotiation periods in our contract. We have before you're ratifying a contract, so you're negotiating back and forth on price and terms, and then once you get yourself into a contract period, you have to negotiate the repairs on the property if things come up, and inevitably they always do. So I would say the biggest tip for that is just know that these things are coming. One of the things your real estate agent can do for you, and I always do with all my clients, is to sit down with them and look at, when we're going through the comparative market analysis and we're looking at recent sales, one thing I always like to point out to these folks is, hey, look at the seller concessions that your neighbors, that your comparable homes had to give to get their properties sold. At a lot of price points, especially the first-time home buyer price points, let's say sub 300,000, the majority of those sales have some type of seller concessions being paid to a buyer, just because a lot of the buyers are need that money, need that assistance to be able to purchase your property, and it's somewhat customary, not always, but a lot of times. At the higher price point, it doesn't happen as much. But just know that's coming and kind of budget that into your factors. A lot of times for my seller clients, I'm budgeting in $5,000 worth of seller paid concessions, and I tell them, hey, look, we're going to negotiate this tooth and nail when an offer comes in, but I just want to give you conservative figures, because most of the comparable sales that we're looking at, that we're comparing your home to, had to pay out these concessions. And it's the same thing when we're talking about repairs. Just know that, hey, if you're selling a resale home, an existing home, you're not, it's not a home that you bought a year ago as new construction, inevitably that home inspector for the buyer is going to find something. If you've done your due diligence, got a home inspection before you listed the property, you may already know about some of those things. But just realize that's coming, and obviously those things can be negotiated. But just realize that when you ratify that offer initially for whatever price it is, it's not a done deal until you get past that inspection period. So really, more so than anything, just to repeat myself, it's just know these things are coming and just budget for them accordingly. So hope that helps. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.